Welcome to the Academic Writing Amplified podcast. On this podcast, we believe that the culture of academia needs to change radically. Women and non-binary people are revolutionizing academia within institutions that were not built for us. If you're ready to reject the culture of overwork, kick guilt and overwhelm to the curb, and amplify your voice to make a real impact on your field without breaking down or burning out, you're in the right place. With our team of experienced writing coaches as co-hosts, we'll share insights and talk to inspiring guests to bring you the practical strategies, systems, and mindset shifts you need to find time to write, publish work you love, and design your career on your terms. And it all starts with writing. Let's go. Today, your host on the Academic Writing Amplified podcast is head coach Gina Robinson, and she is talking to you today about dreaming bigger. She asks some really great questions in this episode that you might even want to write down about yourself, about how to create those bigger dreams. And she really digs into why dreaming big is important for academics, and especially women and non-binary academics. Enjoy.
Today, I want to talk about those big dreams of yours. I want you to get back in touch with them, because as we do our day-to-day lives and get caught up in the logistics of teaching and research and service and families, we lose sight of those bigger picture ideas and some of the exciting dreams that we really should be holding on to. And so I know that there's a lot of systemic and structural obstacles to a lot of people's dreams, and those are real. People who are socialized as women are rarely given permission to dream big or pursue big goals. And when we do that, it can cause a lot of cognitive dissonance and a lot of tension. But that is actually part of the reason that we need to do it, and that we need to let other people know that we have big dreams. So my question for you is, what is your big dream? And if you're not entirely sure, I would say that you could ask yourself what the thing is in your life that you're considering or you want to do or that you once wanted to do, but it scares you. Anything that you're interested in but scares you is really something you need to be thinking more about. You could also ask yourself, what makes you wonder, could I really do that? That might be a possibility for a big dream. And your big dream doesn't have to be a separate thing. It's not like you have to start a whole new project. You could augment something you're already doing by infusing it with more meaning, making it bigger, aligning it more closely to your mission and values, or bringing it to a larger audience. There are a lot of ways that you can make your dream bigger, but the only rule is that it has to come from you. So other people can give you more work, but they can't actually make your dreams bigger. You are the one who has to make that decision. And again, socialized as women, we get a little bit nervous about that and about announcing big dreams. But again, I think that this is a really, really important thing for us to be able to do. So I want you to hold on to your big dream, and I want you to feed it, because this big dream can carry you through some of the less exciting days. I know the word legacy can be kind of intimidating at times, but again, your big dream can leave something that lives beyond you, beyond your career. And that's important, especially if you are, say, mid-career, for example. If you've gotten tenure, you may be looking around for what else there is, what is beyond this. And that's exactly where your big dream lies. If you're in a place where you can do this right now, I would like for you to speak your big dream out loud. I know it feels kind of strange sometimes, and definitely if you're in a public place, you don't have to do it. But I like the work of speaking your dream into existence. That is step one. So if you have your dream and you're warmed by the light of it, I want you to ask yourself, what is keeping you from following your dream? And what is keeping you from going all in on that dream? Are you waiting for the right time or permission for the right economic situation? First of all, if you are already chasing down that dream and you know it's big enough to challenge and inspire you, great, keep going. But if not, I want you to spend a little bit of time reflecting on what's holding you back from that big dream. And I have a couple of pieces of advice to give you. So the first one is to adopt a trial and error approach. One of the things that you have to know about big dreams is that there is more chance for failure. And so if we can think of failure as an opportunity to improve, that is going to make this big dream just feel a little bit more within our reach. So if you're feeling a little bit nervous about starting, you might just want to identify your first step and take it and then just keep going. And then when something goes wrong, pause and evaluate. And your dream may transform over time, and that's okay. You may change over time, and that's really okay. But the really important thing, again, is to think of your failures as something other than failures, an opportunity to iterate, to make adjustments, etc. And in our Elevate program, we talk a lot about the mid-career time, especially anyone who has gotten tenure in a tenure track position. That's a really good time to try things out, to experiment, and also to get rid of some of that fear of failure. Because now that you've met all the basic requirements, you've checked all the boxes, you need to separate yourself from the crowd a little bit. And one way to do that is to go all in with things that matter to you, even if you don't know that they're going to turn out well. And the next piece of advice that I have is to only worry about what you can control. This is a great piece of advice in general, right? There's not really any good reason to plan around other people's actions because we don't have control over them. And the same goes for future possibilities, especially at this point in time. Making assumptions about the future is kind of a waste of time. And so what you want to do is focus on what is available to you now and what you are able to do. I like to think of this as meeting yourself where you are and then moving forward based on what you know and what you can control. And then the last piece of advice, and my favorite, is to find and use your support system. So if you have people around you who are already ready to push you towards that goal in a positive way, that's wonderful. But I would say that especially people who are socialized as women in academia don't tend to have that kind of really deep connection where they can share those kinds of things. And so if you don't, you want to connect with people who maybe have done the things that you are dreaming about, and you could talk to them about how they do it. You could connect with people who are also looking to chase their really, really big dreams. And then those are people that you can share your fears and aspirations with, and you can cheer each other on, which is very, very exciting. So every time we run our Elevate program with a new group of mid-career, post-tenure women, I'm just absolutely blown away by how much they lift each other up and create supportive communities. I've heard from a number of people who've gone through the program, I didn't think I could do this, and I wouldn't have been able to do this without all of these people lifting me up. Our next cohort starts in February 2022. But the big idea is that we have to stop thinking of our dreams as solitary ventures or as things that we hold to ourselves. So a supportive community can help you develop the confidence and the self-trust that you need to make those really difficult decisions that come up when you're chasing a big dream. So to finish up, I want to remind you that if you are mid-career faculty, our Elevate program is, I would actually use the word transformational. It is a really, really meaningful space for anyone who has gotten to tenure and is really kind of looking for, again, these big dreams. This is a place where, you can chase down your big dream, you can challenge yourself, and you can bring back that enthusiasm that you once had for your work, especially if you're not feeling that enthusiasm right now because you're in the middle of all of the stuff, the stuff we swim in. Then the Elevate program might be a good way to pull yourself out just a little bit to be able to think about, again, your bigger dreams and the kinds of things that you're going to leave after you retire. Now, if that's not for you, remember to hold on to your dream and share it and write it and say it. And also, if anyone has one of those big dreams that they want to share with someone else, or they want to return to that dream, that goal, and you want to share it with other people, let us know what some of those big dreams are. So thank you, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and keep writing.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time supporting yourself and your writing by listening to this episode. If you like what you heard today, the best way to say thank you is to hop on over to Apple iTunes and write an honest review. The more reviews, the more amazing academic women and non-binary people will find this podcast. So go write one now.